one of you to hang out in. I
That's
don't even
fine.
like hanging out in there. I just go there on the weekends, fly my mission, keep my mouth shut, and then come back to doing my thing at the end of the day, which is teaching and LARPing as a Blue Angel pilot. All right, so what you need to do is go to the server or multiplayer search, and then you're going to go to search server, and then you're going to type in Hoggit, Hoggit.
Okay.
All right, it's going to ask you for a password.
Okay, there are several, like, which one should I?
Training. It should say like training caucuses or something. Or just training map.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, yeah, join that one. And then the password is just here, hold on. It's so much easier. HGGIT 1FW. Oh, crap. It's all lowercase. Sorry. There, that one.
So, wait. Shoot. I have the whole screen up, so I can't see my Discord. Wait, let me get my phone.
Okay, I can just read it to you.
Yeah, if you could read it.
Okay, it's called Hoggit. So it's Hoggit, the number 1, FW.
Okay.
And let me know when you're in. And then, go ahead, Shmoby.
Is it the same one that we always go to?
Yes, sir.
Alright, okay. Hey man, I was enlisted just like you, so you don't have to call me that shit.
No, dude, it's habit. It's I say it to everybody. Don't feel like don't feel like don't be insulted or feel weird about it. It's habit.
I kicked that habit. I kicked that habit after I got out.
My father raised me to say yes sir and no sir to all the strangers. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh man. So I'm assuming you're the player because you didn't do your name.
Leroy said, "Yeah, man, tell him."
And then there's Shmoby. So there's 2 open spots here at the north or at the south of the map at Big Tommy. It should be the very first selectable Hornet slot. Go ahead and jump in a Hornet, and I'm just going to ask you a few questions, kind of see where you're at to gauge how I need to more or less not treat you, but customize my little training exercise for you. I'm just going to do the auto start because I'm lazy. Let's see who else is right next to me. Alright, so I've got Shmoby. Are you having trouble spawning?
No, I'm in. No, I'm in.
No, the Mogan. Or King. I'm just going to call him
Is
King.
it Butami?
Butami, yep.
Okay.
There he is.
Alright.
Alright, perfect. So you know how to start your Hornet, right?
I'm not sure if it's correct, but I watch
Ronnie Morrison.
Okay, no, as long as
he's dumber than a box of rocks, lol.
Hey now.
2 things.
Aren't we all at this game?
You know how to do. One is about the stored heading with the INS, right? So when you're calibrating your INS, you can click stored heading on your HSI edge, and that will cut your INS alignment from like 8 minutes to like 3. So let me know when you get to that. Okay, that's fine. Let me know when you get your Hornet situated for INS alignment, and then once that starts, let me know.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls.
So, kind of while you're getting your jet started up, I'm just gonna kind of go over everything that we're gonna work on today. So we're gonna practice what's called flying AOA, and practice something called the overhead brake. Now, flying AOA is very important, just for the simple fact that that's how you are going to be landing. Like, that's how the F-18 was designed to land, with a 8 degrees of angle of attack. So, basically that means for level flight, the nose of the jet is going to be pointed up at 8 degrees constantly. So you're almost in like a controlled stall, right? So we're going to be basically we're gonna take off. We're gonna practice just at about 5,000 feet. Flying that AOA, trimming the aircraft accordingly, and I'll get into more of the specifics when we're actually up in the air. Then we're going to move into turn while in AOA. Then we're going to be moving into actually doing what's called an overhead brake. It's not that difficult at 5,000 feet, but you really are going to notice like your altitude deviations at about 1,000, which is where this overhead brake over land is performed at.
Request rearming. Copy.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Rearming complete.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom, be right back.
Okay. How you doing, King, over there?
Yeah, I have both engines started. And now what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, so your engines are going, right? So now we're gonna do. So are
Ronnie
you able
Morrison
to
said, "Why does
share
you
your
guys
screen?
sound like a chick?"
Or is that asking too much of your computer?
It could be, yeah. It's a 4 years old computer, so that's
Okay, yeah. If it's gonna kill your computer, then we won't do it.
yeah.
So what I need you to do is over by your right hip, you see a panel that says, hold on, my check error is bugging out. Alright, do you see a panel that says sensor with your INS and your radar and all that stuff?
Okay, the first one is DCS coming down with internal light
Yep, and then your sensor panel.
sensor panel. Okay.
Alright, so do you see that you have two rotary switches, right? One is for
Right.
radar, one says INS. Alright, right click that INS one twice to switch it to ground, GND,
Okay.
and that's going to start your ground alignment.
Uh huh.
Now, what I need you to do is on one of your DDIs,
Mm-hmm.
Get to your HSI page.
HSI.
So
Is it
it'll be in
under?
your port.
Oh wait. What is it? It's not. Got it.
All right. Once you have that up, at the bottom, very bottom, left of menu, do you see where it says STG ADG stored heading? You're gonna click on that, and you're gonna box it, and that's gonna make your INS alignment go by a lot faster.
Okay. STG HOG, right?
Yeah, it's a D, but yeah, that button.
Okay. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm not using the my VR today, so
That's okay.
because I think that maybe I need to write some notes, so can't really see it. Okay, got it.
All right,
Boxed
so is
it?
it boxed? All right, now you should be
Mhm.
good. Now the only way that you can align your aircraft is if your parking brake is engaged. So if you messed with your parking brake at all yet, your INS will not align. So just
Okay,
a little
it's still
heads
on par.
okay, then perfect. Perfect. All right, you are good to go, sir. Just sit there, let it do its little countdown. It'll say okay when it's done. And when it's done, all you're going to do is you're going to right-click on that rotary dial, that same one you put to G and D. You're going to right-click that all the way to IFA, in-flight alignment, and then you'll be good to go. But it'll take for it to align. So in the meantime, we can just sit here and chill.
Okay.
I'm getting my stuff still situated. Alright, so what I want you to do is hit left alt apostrophe, and that's going to bring up your armament menu. Let me know when you've got that menu. It's a little blue menu with your jet that shows your pylons, your stations 9 through 1.
Left. Alt. Why is it not this one?
You can also get to it through hitting backslash, going to ground crew, and then rearm, refuel. Okay, so when you get to that menu, I want you to put 9 X's on your wingtips. Give yourself a center tank. And then give yourself 2 AMRAAM AIM 120 Charlies. And that's going to give you a sufficient amount of weight to your aircraft so you can get used to flying with weight on your aircraft.
Okay, so, sorry, how many tanks should I get? One or?
Just one on pylon
Just
5.
one. Okay. And then I have the AIM 9X on the tips, and then what else should I get?
On 4 and 6, give yourself an AIM 120.
120. Okay. Got it.
Request refueling. Go ahead and look at your HSI. Does it say 0.5
Copy.
and then the word OK?
0.1. The font is quite small.
Refueling complete.
It gave me a master warning.
Don't worry about that.
What chick are you talking about, Ronnie?
So, what does your HSI screen say right now?
That's sorry, wait. The font is really small. Um. 41 degree, 36 minutes.
Oh, no. Kind of towards the bottom middle. Does it have some words and it says, like, okay?
Yep, it does.
Oh, it does? Okay, perfect. Now, look over to that rotary switch over next that one that we messed with that first time, and right-click twice, and switch that to IFA.
Okay.
And,
Ronnie Morrison.
alright, so now your
said
aircraft
don't
is aligned,
remember.
so that's good.
Okay.
That's something you need to make sure you do each time you take off. That's gonna basically
All this shit works.
make sure your internal
and
GPS
it
is
does
like
stuff. It's insane.
displaying where you are, you know, in relation to the map and the world. So, alright. Next step, what we're gonna do is your UFC. Do you know what that is when I say that? Your upfront computer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so your UFC going left to right, underneath the numbers we have A/P, IFF, TCN, ILS, D/L, BCN, and then on off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so first we're going to turn on our IFF. So you're going to press IFF, and then you're going to press that on-off button. And if it's on, it should now display XP and then some numbers and C and A and some stuff like that.
Yep.
Alright, next we're going to turn on our TACAN. So click TCN, click on. And while we have our TACAN up, we're going to go ahead and input 1.6 and then hit enter. And I'll talk about what all that means later. But for now, just humor me and input that. Alright, next we're going to hit D/L. We're going to turn that on. And then we're going to hit it again, D/L. And then turn it on again. So we're turning on two things for data link.
Will I see anything when I turn on the D/L? I mean, I don't know if it's on or not.
It'll say on. If it doesn't say on, then it's off.
Alright, got it.
Alright, next, pull up your HSI on your left DDI. And at the top left, do you see where it says TCN?
Yep.
Alright, you're gonna box that. And then what I want you to do is above your middle computer or your middle display, right? The television screen between your legs. Do you see those two toggle switches, one on the left, one on the right, and the corners?
Right.
Alright, so the one on the right is your course line selector's toggle switch. So just hold that left or right in any direction until you have a line that starts spinning around on your display.
Yep.
Alright, you should also see that the word "sell" is now appearing on your UFC, correct?
No. I have the cross line, but
On your
No.
UFC, not the TV screen, but the thing with the numbers in front of you.
nope. It's blank.
It's black. All right, hold down course line again, or hold down that course line toggle switch. And hold it down for like about 2 or 3 seconds. And
Okay.
Okay, now you see it.
CSI 1. Yep.
All right, so input 1, 2, 5, and then hit enter.
Okay.
Alright. Now as far as everything else on here, we won't get into it today. Your O-Box is on, correct? On board,
Yep.
elbow, okay.
Yep.
Alright, so you should be good to go. Are you back, Shmobi?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, we're ready to take off. So
Okay.
let me see. All right, yep, let's go. All right, so take your parking brake off, and let's go ahead
Ronnie
and follow me out
Morrison
here to the
said
rental.
take off already, lol.
That's what we're doing. It takes a while to get these things going here. I'll be the last guy if that's alright.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and feel free to speak up if you have like a different way of saying it, Shmobi. Since you already did this lesson, like if there was something that makes sense to you that you think you could say a different way, like feel free to speak up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be offended or anything. Now watch, as soon as we get in the air, it's gonna give me the 20-minute warning.
You know, I was just gonna say that too.
Alright, so once you get up here, I want you to park on the right side. So park on the piano keys that are on the right side. So see how I'm on the ones on the left? I want you on the ones on the right. And then Shmobi, you're gonna line up behind me. It's okay if it's not perfect. Okay. I can scoot up a bit. There, yeah, you can just park it right there.
Joe Seifert said Shmobi.
Yeah, you like that? I haven't told him yet, but he's teaching this guy, so I just kind of want to be here and learn more while
Alright, so
he's teaching
what
this
we're gonna
guy.
do is I just want you guys to kind of follow me out. I'm not worried about like any type of formation. I'm not worried about it looking good. There's an ocean pretty much right in front of us that we're going to be flying over, right? Our goal is to get to 5,000 feet at 350 knots. And we're just going to kind of hang out there, and this is just going to be our airspace way out here. Nobody usually flies around out here, so this is why I like to use it out here. And basically, I need to make sure you have a couple things mapped.
Joe
So do you have
Seifert
your...
said I
do you know where
probably
your
should
flaps
just
are?
get
Do you
the
have them mapped?
F-18 this week. Ronnie Morrison
Alright,
said
do you
tell
have your
him
speed
your
brake
name
mapped?
is Naruto.
Yep.
Alright, and I'm assuming gear as well?
My name's not Naruto,
Or do you
Jesus.
just click
And
it?
yes,
It's fine.
Bowie, you should 100% get this plane. This guy does these free lessons, man. It's fucking sweet. I'm not very good at it yet, but just...
Hello.
Hello?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Have a map. Have a map.
Alright,
Just
and then
testing.
the last thing, do you have the ability to trim your aircraft? Up, down, left, right. Perfect. Alright, I think that's everything. Okay. So when you see me rolling, as soon as I start to roll, count to 5, and then you start rolling, and then Shmobi, when King starts rolling, then count to 5, and so on.
Okay.
Okay.
see you went for the stars.
I kind of lost you guys.
I am trailing smoke.
Okay.
You see me?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so I'm easing a little bit of power. I'm gonna get to 350 knots. I'm still in a climb. Nothing too crazy. A little bit more power, nose is coming down.
So I should
Slim JJF
keep
said
level
you
when I
need
hit
PR for this.
5,000.
I
Yep,
know.
get it at level 5,000. I'm gonna put mine kind of in a
That's what he was
autopilot.
telling me earlier today in
little,
this in our lesson earlier. He's
just an
like, in
autopilot
order to
turn.
fly in formation, you kind of need the track IR
Watch
VR.
Ronnie
Right.
Morrison said shoot him down.
Yeah, fucking. Oh, if I could.
Alright, so what I want you to do is fly a southern heading. So go to turn heading 180.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, once you get to a heading of 180, I want you to level out. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to practice getting to AOA, right? Go ahead and turn your altimeter to radar. If you don't know how to do that, let me know.
I don't know.
Okay, so underneath your UFC, do you see all those switches and dials?
Uh-huh.
There's one at the very, very bottom, right in the middle, that says ALT. Up is in baro. If you flick it down, it's in radar.
Altitude. Altitude.
Got it.
Okay, perfect. Alright, so once you are facing 180, what I want you to do is get to 5,000 feet at 350 knots, and what I'll have you do is you're going to go flight idle, so that means you're going to pull your throttles all the way back. You're going to deploy your speed brake, and you're going to watch your speed until it gets to 250 knots. Once you get to 250 knots, go full flaps, drop your gear, and you're going to see some HUD symbology come up, right? You're going to see like an E bracket and the AOA indicator on the side of your HUD's going to start blinking at you. All kinds of craziness is going to start happening. Do you know what it means if I'm,
Altitude.
well, here, let me start with this.
Altitude.
So, once you're at full flaps, your aircraft is going to react a little bit differently. Alright, in order to go up and down, you're going to have to add power and subtract power. So you can see that your nose is starting to fall. So if you add power without pulling back on the stick, yeah, don't pull back on the stick and just add a bunch of power.
Okay.
And see how you're, without touching the stick, your nose is already starting to come back up.
Yep.
Perfect. Alright, so for right now, what I want you to do is just practice using your throttle to keep your velocity vector. Don't worry about the E-bracket yet, but practice keeping your velocity vector level at the horizon.
Okay.
Alright. Yep, so if you see yourself climbing too much, then you gotta decrease power. If you see yourself falling, you gotta add a lot of power. The one thing you don't want to do is go into afterburner. It kind of messes up everything. So if you find yourself, you know, careening towards the ground, right, and you don't think that the throttle can do anything, go ahead and then, yeah, grab your stick. But basically, AOA is controlled with solely power input, not pulling and pushing on the stick. So at a certain point, once you're at 200, anything above 200 knots, you're gonna lose that that effect, that angle of attack effect, because you're gonna be flying so fast that the control surfaces on your Hornet won't behave properly, right? So slow down a little bit, get below 200 knots. Right around 200 knots, you're going to notice that your aircraft is going to start ballooning. That's when you can start adding that power back in to get your nose to come up. And you're at full flaps, right? Not half?
Cool.
And make sure you're at full flaps.
And actually, I see that, you know, everything in my HUD, you kind of like switch everything to the right hand side. Is that normal?
That's a crosswind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'd be the cage button, right?
That would be your cage, uncage button if you have that mapped.
Okay. Ah,
Right,
got it.
so-
Thanks.
Yep. So go ahead and add, or go ahead and actually just pull back on the stick, decrease your power, get up to 5,000 feet, 350 knots, retract your gear, retract your flaps, and pull a 180 and head north.
So is that head north?
Yep, head north. So you don't hit the mountains. Alright, once you get lined up at a northern heading, 5,000 feet, 350 knots, go ahead and go flight idle.
Altitude. Altitude.
Get your speed brake out. Get your, once you're at 250 knots, get your gear down. Go full flaps. And then this time, actually trim your aircraft to get your velocity vector inside that E bracket.
Altitude. Altitude.
Careful dropping your gear that going that fast. Could overspeed him.
Oh.
Yeah, if you drop your gear anything faster than like 300 knots, really, you have a chance of like breaking your landing gears. So since you dropped them at like 350, they might not go back up.
Oh, okay.
Altitude.
Just letting you know.
Altitude.
Alright, this time, what I want you to do is start trimming your aircraft so the nose is going to come up and get your velocity vector
Altitude.
in line with that
Altitude.
bracket. Now you're also going to have to not touch this, don't move your stick forward and back, but use your throttle to control your pitch. You can see you're falling, right? So add some, okay, don't add that much power. Ease up on the power. If you start getting to about 200 knots, use stick, because at that point you're going too fast for this effect to work. That was a flare.
My keyboard dropped.
That's all good.
Got too nervous.
Okay, now you trimmed very high, so trim down a little bit. All right, you want that velocity vector at the center of that E bracket.
Yeah.
So right now you've got like an angle of attack of about 17 degrees, almost
it's not
twice
coming
what
down.
you need. So ease it down just a bit. Don't use your stick, just use your trim and your throttle. Now once you get it trimmed, once you get your velocity vector trimmed to the center of that E bracket, you're done trimming. Okay? From then on, you're just going to be using the throttle to control your pitch. Which right now I'm showing an AOA of 8.2, so you got a solid AOA. So that's good. Alright, so now what I want you to do is try to fly, pick an altitude that you're happy with. So since you're already kind of fallen, I would say at about 2,000 feet. I want you to try to fly level at 2,000 feet. So the nose of your aircraft is going to be pitched up at about 8 degrees. You're going to be using your power, or your throttle, to control your pitch. Now your speed is already about 240 knots at this point. Like I said, when you get good, yeah, just go ahead and pull up. Climb back up to 2,000 feet. And then, once you get settled around 2,000 feet, try just flying just by using your throttle for your pitch. And it's always going to have a little bit of delay. It's going to be about a second to a second and a half delay between your input and what the aircraft actually does. So you need to be a little proactive. I don't think you have your flaps set full. Are you sure you have them at full?
Is it me?
Yeah. King.
It shows full.
Okay.
Oops. This is so hard.
Yeah. Believe me, I know.
Don't worry, dude. I've been doing it for 2 days now and I still can't do it.
My hand is all sweaty now.
Yeah, you're gonna be making a lot of movements with your throttle. This is like 100% throttle right here. So,
Okay.
you know, forward, back, forward, more, a little bit back, all the way back, you know, a little bit forward, all the way forward. Oh crap, you're panicking, so now you're going flight idle. Yeah, so like, I wasn't telling you what to do, I was just giving examples.
Yeah, I know.
So, like I said, once you get to about 190 to 200 knots, this whole using your throttle thing isn't going to work anymore, and you'll actually have to like take back control of the aircraft with the stick and fix it. So, your AOA is decent. It's at about 7, 8. It's going between 7 and 8. Are you messing with your stick right now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Try not to do it.
I keep dropping though.
Yeah, you're
Ronnie
gonna have to add
Morrison
power.
said, all right,
Okay.
have fun, bro.
Thanks.
Don't go into burners though.
Okay.
Come out of burners because you're already at 200, 250
Okay.
knots.
Altitude. Altitude.
I either do things too early or overdone something.
Exactly. That's what I was talking about. You have to be proactive with it. So here, you're gonna have to actually pull back on the stick,
Okay.
slow down too. Try not to overspeed your gear. Alright, so check your angle of attack, because right now go ahead and trim a little bit to fix your velocity vector. So trim your nose up. Add some power since you're coming down. Alright, there you go. Ease some power since your nose is coming up. And bring that power back because you know your nose is going to start falling again. Yeah, it's a constant dance. Alright, so you got AOA of 8 degrees. Pitch is right at 9, 8. Alright, you're starting to fall again, so add some power. Would it help you if you, like, do you understand the concept, or are you still kind of unsure of what's going on?
Understand the concept, just
It's just practice?
hard
Okay.
to get in there.
Yeah.
Oops. I'm definitely dropping.
Yep, just, I don't really care what altitude you're at, I just want you to pick an altitude and do your best to stay near it.
Okay.
And it's a lot of pushing and pulling on the stick, on the throttle. It's so lots of power, lots of power, lots of power. Come out of burners. More power, more power. Okay, ease out, ease back on power.
Okay.
okay. Gradually start to add that power back. Try to catch it right there at the horizon. Perfect. Okay. Then add it back to supremacy. Use it back to there you go. Alright.
Started to know what I'm doing.
Huh?
Started to kind of like know what I'm doing now.
Yeah, so I've got you at an AOA of about 9 degrees.
How do you
Good
see
enough
that?
for me. You go to F2, and it displays his pitch, his bank, AOA, what G's he's pulling, his indicated airspeed, his altitude.
Oh shit! I completely hang. Ah, damn it.
What happened?
Computer
connected.
crash. Oh, it's become. I'm back. I'm back. Wait.
Yep, you're back. Alright,
back,
so
I'm
go
back.
ahead and get gear up, flaps up. Get back up to 5,000 feet. And
Okay.
I want you to try to get good at getting this fairly quickly.
Yeah.
How you doing over there, Schmo? Let me see you.
Just had it.
Look at that. Decent. Perfect. Did you completely disconnect?
I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, Shmobi, you're gonna just do your own thing. What I would
Slim
recommend you
JJF
do is practicing
Says
that
I'm
break over
confused,
and over
but I
again
like it.
without going excessively high or low. Just practice that break. Getting that muscle memory down of like rolling to the left and pulling. If you add a little pause in between your roll, pause, pull, you won't be so wobbly and lose so much control. Alright.
I think I broke my landing.
You think what?
I think I broke my landing gear.
Oh, is it beeping?
Yeah.
Yep. It got mad at you.
I'm confused as well. Like this is
Alright, so go ahead and get to 5,000 feet.
it's
That's
tough.
50 knots. And then speed brake out, flight idle, and then get your gear down and your flaps down. Watch you do this brake. I'll show Shmobi snap heading anything other than what you're heading now, because you're heading to an active AAA site.
That wouldn't be good, would it?
No, you are about 9 miles.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. Go 2-2. Go 2-2-1 for 12.
That'd have been interesting with loss
Oh yeah,
of fuel.
you'd be. Alright, looking good so far. Go ahead and start trimming that AOA. Trim to where your velocity vector's at the center of that E bracket. Add some power so your nose comes up. There you go.
JR. Said it's all very touchy.
Alright, so your AOA is set. Now all you need to do is maintain level flight. So get
That's
your
the
velocity
hardest
vector.
part.
Yeah, I know, right? It's perfect AOA though. There you go, you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
having to,
just-
you know, add power, take it back, add power, take it back, add power.
Yep.
Alright. Get up to 2,000 feet and hold it there.
Let me try.
Let's see how you're doing with these overhead brakes.
I haven't even begun. I'm looking for the map you sent me earlier. I can't find it.
What map?
That little... That, like... You sent me the map of how to do all this shit, and I've been staring at it for 2 days, and I don't know where it is.
Map.
Or like, not map. Like drawing.
Oh, okay.
I can't find it now.
It's because you're looking in the... I'll ping it. There, it's in pinned messages now. Alright, let's check you out. Where did you go, my friend? There you are. That looks good to me. Good job, dude. Alright, go ahead and get gear back up, flaps back up, get up to 5,000 feet, and this time, I don't want you to lose any more than 1,000 feet in between this transition from, you know, 5,000 feet to 350 knots to having gear down, flaps down. I don't want you to lose any more than 1,000 feet. So you're really going to have to stay on top of your throttle management and situational awareness. This isn't even the fun part yet. I still got to get you to do the brakes and the turns.
Oh god. Hopefully he's better at it than me.
Alright, good enough for me. Go ahead and go flight idle, get your speed brake out, get down to 250 knots, gear flaps. Alright, you can go ahead and drop your gear so you can get rid of that horrible sound. Get your flaps down and already start anticipating your aircraft is going to start falling. So you know you're a little bit higher than 5,000, which is fine, but don't let it sink down too much too fast. Like right now, you're going to have to use the stick to pull up.
Okay.
really try to stay at that 5,000. So get your stick, get on your stick, pull up a little bit. Don't break that 4,000. Don't break 4,000 feet. There you go. All right. Now start to ease back on your stick. Start working on that trim. Start adding power. Okay, watch that. There you go. Yep. Get back up to 5,000 feet just using your throttle. Alright, this time, what I want you to do, now that you've reached there, is for about 5 miles, I want you to just fly level. I'll let you know when you've got that 5 miles. And I want you to be very conscious of what direction you're flying. So right now it looks like your heading is about like 030-ish.
Do I change calls?
No. Just, I want you to make sure you fly straight. Don't deviate from your current anything. So pretty much take a snapshot of what you have now and don't change any inputs. Or don't change like direction, altitude, anything. And just try to keep yourself as low as possible. And what I'm going to have you do here in a second is we're going to add, oh gosh, add some be careful on afterburners. You're reaching that 200 knot staked. Alright, start bringing your power back now. Alright, make sure you're flying straight too. Careful going into afterburners. There you go. Alright, this time what I want you to do is I want you to practice a turn while doing this. So I want you to turn to the left and do a 180 while you're in this AOA thing.
Wow.
So as you turn, your nose is going to want to sink a little bit, so you're going to have to add a little bit more power. So go ahead and get to about a 30-degree bank.
With the stick or the trim?
No, with your stick. So you can use your stick to go left and right. There you go. Perfect.
Slim JJF said, can you show with your cursor where the altitude is?
Here.
We want you to roll out at a heading of 180. Add a lot of power. You know you're falling, so add some power. There you go, nose is starting to come up. So ease back on power now that your nose is up.
He's not talking to me,
There's
by the way. I'm
180.
just kind of. I'm supposed to be doing this. Supposed to be. He went over this with me a couple days ago. But see, I always overshoot the damn runway.
Okay. Go ahead and get your flaps up. Get up to 5,000 feet. We're gonna practice. We're gonna add another thing into this. Is it still beeping at you?
It stopped.
Okay, good.
Start again.
Okay. Now, I'm not gonna make you do it for long. So what I need you to do is get to 5,000 feet. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll to the left.
Ah, this is tough.
And pull a 3.5 G turn. Okay? In doing this, you're gonna, as you're pulling, you're gonna be watching to make sure that you are. So basically, this is called the overhead brake. This is meant to. This is a 3.5 G turn that's meant to lead off all your airspeed down to 250 knots as you're making a. Don't do it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, get up to 5,000 feet, 350 knots.
Hope you're turn around.
Alright, so what's going to happen is you're going to go flight idle. You're going to deploy your speed brake. You're going to roll to the left, and you're going to pull. Now, you want to make sure this is a level turn, right? And you're going to pull somewhat aggressively to a 3.5 G turn. And
All the
you
way
want to
back
roll out
there.
the opposite heading of what you currently are heading. So if you're heading north, you need to be rolling out south. As you hit 250 knots in the middle of the turn, you need to get your gear down and your flaps down. It's okay to wait until you're done with the turn to get them down. You don't have to do it in the turn, but just know when you're hitting 250 knots.
Bingo.
So this is kind of an aggressive turn, or aggressive, even more. There you go. Okay, not that much, but you want to be flight idle, watching your speed, getting to 250 knots, gear, flaps, track your speed brake. There's 180, roll out. Go ahead and correct to 180. Get your flaps set to full.
Altitude.
Start trimming to
Altitude.
AOA. Get back down to 5,000 feet. Oh, there you go. Oh, you're practicing one right now?
Yeah, and I already tried once and it's not very good, so...
Okay, well now you got all eyes on you.
Oh, good. Good. Glad to hear it.
Alright, once you get stable at 5,000 feet, King, I want you to start that 30-degree bank, just like I had you do before. We're not doing the turn and pull, but you're doing that nice, easy, gradual turn. And I want you to roll out back at a heading of north while you're doing this AOA. You'll need stick to pull up from that. If your pitch is anything below about 5 degrees, you'll actually need the stick to pull. Let's see how this goes.
Slim JJF. Said eyes.
Remember, you can use rudder too, Shmoby. Keep that nose down, left rudder, hard left rudder. There you go.
So, you know, how come I'm over the... That doesn't make any sense to me, because I'm supposed to be over here then.
Okay, so maybe you pull too hard?
Is that like 3.4? I don't know. That's the shit that gets me.
Alright,
I'm always off
it's okay.
angle.
Well, so right now you're a little bit further than what I would be, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, well, let's try it.
Are you just gonna reset?
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna try this here.
Alright. Yeah, if you're coming into land, you need to be going a whole lot slower. So get speed brake out. Get down to, yeah, I would reset, Shmoby. Alright, go ahead and do one more turn for me, King. Really try to watch your altitude management. Because this is done at about 1,000 feet. So that's why I keep saying, you know, don't brake, don't drop down 1,000, because you drop down 1,000, you know, you're in the grass.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead and go. This time, what I want you to do, King, is get gear up, get your flaps up, go down to 1,000 feet this time. So 1,000 feet, 350 knots, and I want you to practice this roll to the left and pull. So I want you to practice this overhead brake at 1,000 feet. Let me know when you're about to do it.
Okay. So I will bang left.
Yep, you're gonna roll to the left and pull. Try not to gain altitude, try not to lose altitude. It needs to be a 3.5 G pull. There you go, there you go. Perfect. rollout should be at the opposite heading of what you started at.
I forgot where I was heading to.
Oops.
Alright, cut power. You kept your power going that whole time. So remember, you gotta cut power for this.
Okay. Try again.
So yeah, the whole point of the turn is to bleed off power.
Okay. Did I lower my landing gear?
After the turn, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna watch Shmobi real quick. Alright, Shmobi, brake. Look at the runway. Get your sight picture. Brake now. Cut power. You didn't cut power yet. Shmobi. There you go. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Okay, check your speed. Gear flaps. Level out. Look at your HSI, look at the runway, correct what you need to correct. Use the rest of this runway to go from 800 to 600 feet. Come outwards a little bit, away from the runway. You're a little close. Okay, when the runway is 45 degrees behind you, Shmobi, that's when you're going to start your turn. Which that looks like it, so go ahead and start your turn. So I think what's screwing you up is this downwind. You're getting too close to the runway. So you're not giving yourself enough room to swing the ass of your aircraft around to be lined up behind the runway, right? Because right now you are perpendicular to the runway and you're nowhere near done with your turn, right?
Right.
So on your downwind, Shmobi, push out about, make sure you're pushed out about a mile to a mile and a half. Because you were at about a half mile. Alright, I'm going back to you, King. Alright, King. Go ahead and get to 1,000 feet, 350 knots. I'm going to solely watch you this time.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this break? Or would it help you to watch me do it real quick?
I think so, but I have a problem to keep everything aligned. Like, I can manage one thing, but forgot the other one.
Oh, I know. It's a ton of multitasking.
Yeah.
It's
like,
rough.
Like, I can try to keep my G-force at 3.5, but then I forgot my altitude and my speed.
Join
So
the club.
I'll talk you through each step. I'll talk you through each step. All you have to do is just do what I say.
Okay.
You can practice it this way. So first, get to 1,000 feet. Alright. Cut power.
Yep.
Speed brake out. Way out. All the way out. There you go. Roll to the left. Faster than that next time. And pull.
Okay.
Okay, speed brake in. Watch your altitude. Don't climb. Gear out. Flaps down. Add some power. Add a lot of power.
Oops.
Yeah, I think I made you stall here. Sorry about that. Alright. Yeah, just fix the stall. I think I set it way too slow.
Okay.
I have a checklist. You don't have 2 monitors. You just have 1, right?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and go get gear up, flaps up. From where you're at right here, just get up to 350 knots. Just go to afterburner. As soon as you hit 350 knots, on your own, as soon as you hit 350 knots, cut power and deploy your speed brake.
Okay.
So boom, there it is. Cut power, speed brake. Roll to left pull. Faster, faster, faster. There you go. Viewfinder pilot. Alright, speed brake in. Gear down, flaps down. Watch altitude. Okay, level out. Alright, start trimming, start adding power. Get that AOA, get level. And that's basically it.
Wow.
A lot of things at once, right? Hey, you did good though. You didn't fall 1,000 feet, you didn't gain 1,000 feet. So
I
this
didn't
time-
crash.
No, you didn't. So this time, get down to 1,000 feet, try that whole
Okay.
thing, and I'll walk you through just like we just did this time.
Okay.
So,
So gear up.
when you're ready. Alright, Shmo, we want to watch you.
I'm still, I'm not a ways out, but
No, you're about 3 miles. Fly right over that dirt road. Like, just right in line with that dirt road. Okay, when you're at 1,000 feet, King, go ahead and start.
Okay.
Way faster next time. Cut power.
Okay.
There you go. Alright, gear flaps. Gear flaps, there you go. And, dude, nice.
Cool.
You, King. Good job.
Wow. How did they do it in the real life?
Huh?
How can they do it in the real life?
Lots of practice. Alright. You've done it over the water. You didn't, like, lose a ton of altitude. Okay, Shmobi, go out a lot further than that. So, there you go. A little bit further. Yeah, if your nose pitches that low next time, you can just use stick rather than going into burners. And you can use stick to keep your nose down. I know you can fly AOA now, so when needed, you can mess with your stick now. You have permission. Not you, King. Not yet.
Oh, got it.
Alright, now get back parallel with the runway. Okay, now turn around. Do you see that, you see the runway?
Yeah.
45 behind you, go ahead and start your turn.
oh fuck, I'm way too high now.
Yeah, you're high, but the distance is perfect. So just, yeah.
I'm gonna try to lose some here.
Alright, what I want you to do, King, is, do you see that line still on your HSI?
Yep.
Alright, I want you to fly towards that line. Actually, I'll just give you a heading. Alright. Go heading 060 for 20 miles. Get it at 1,000 feet at 350 knots.
Should I retract my?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime I tell you to go faster than 250, get those gear in.
Yeah.
Shit.
The only reason you floated is because your afterburners kicked in and it gave you way too much power. Better? That's actually pretty good. I'll say that's pretty good.
Oh, is that like 1,300 feet? When I was...
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the 1,300 feet part. I didn't see
Yeah.
the landing part. That's how all my landings looked for about a month. But at least you got the concept down, and you know what right is, and you know what you need to fix, and that's the important part. That's progress, dude. You should be proud of yourself.
Well, I've spent enough time trying to do just that one maneuver right there.
Alright, let me see how you're doing. Okay, so you see how you're kind of getting close to that little line, right?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so
Bingo.
I want you to intersect
Bingo.
that line. Once you do, take a right turn. You're gonna go do this airfield. All the same exact stuff. Alright?
Okay.
But I want you to keep 1,000 feet the
Slim
whole time.
JJF. Said damn that
Okay.
looks hard.
Right, we're not actually
Yeah.
going to have you come in and land because we have to go over the different altitudes during this approach.
Oops.
Okay.
To actually, King, before I have you go overland, I'm just going to have you intersect this line, and we're going to pretend this line is a runway.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure there's no, like, terrain in front of you to mess with you. And I want you, so this line is just going to be your imaginary runway.
Why?
So, you know,
Okay.
whenever I say, you know, go the opposite way or pull 180, you know, you're going to be flying opposite the line. You're always going to be flying, like, on this line, whether it's forward or backwards.
Okay.
So as you're approaching, go ahead and, you know, make your right turn and intercept this line here in a second. And this overhead brake, there's 4 different checkpoints during it, I guess I would say. Your first checkpoint, right, or your first little benchmark, checkpoint, whatever you want to call it, is this 1,000-foot, 350 knot part. Okay, you're going to do this overhead brake. You're going to roll out at 800 feet. Alright? So after the brake, you should be at 800 feet with gear down, flaps down, trim to AOA. You're going to fly it for about 1.5 miles, or at least 1 mile. And from that, you're going to descend from 800 feet to 600 feet. At the end of that mile, you're going to be making another turn. Well, let me go back. Shmobi, you've got a dude off your nose, 291 for 5 miles, Angels 5.
Yeah, for some reason, I think my stick is like keeps pulling. Like I have to hold it all the way forward to not go up.
Oh shit, I know what's happened. You took off without your flaps or something. It's this weird bug in DCS. Put your flaps all the way down.
Okay.
And then look over at your left hip and press that FCS reset button.
Okay.
Alright, now bring your flaps back up. It should have fixed itself.
Yeah, that definitely helped. I didn't. That happened to me before, and I had no idea what that was.
Yeah,
But-
it's a weird glitch in DCS. Did it fix itself?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Alright, so King, let's see where you're at.
Altitude. Altitude.
310, 1,700.
Okay, get to a perfect 1,000. because we really want to worry about hitting these altitude marks now.
Okay.
And get lined up on that line.
Still a little bit off, right?
Just use what's on your HSI, not necessarily the runway. So I'm gonna have you practice out
Okay.
here in the ocean before I have you go right over the runway.
Okay.
Alright, so get down to 350 knots. Looks like you're at about 1,000 feet. As soon as you hit 350, go ahead and start that turn.
Okay.
Boom, go.
Go.
So, yep, go. Flight idle, pull. Don't gain altitude. There you go. Don't lose altitude either. Okay. Nope, you're just doing a 180. Alright, power, full power, full power, full power, power. Oh god. Gosh. Okay, this is just a 180 turn. This isn't a 360.
Okay. Alright. Try again.
Yep, don't climb too much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a 180.
Oops. I need to fly out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that first turn is just a 180. You're gonna fly
Okay.
a simulated runway length as the downwind, right? When you've flown what you think is a simulated mile, I want you to start that easy 30-degree bank, right? And that's with the AOA. So what you should do is you should, for your overhead brake, you should pull, start at 1,000 feet, pull, roll out at 800. From 800, you're gonna descend down to 600. On your last turn, you're gonna go from 600 to 400, and then from 400 you'd be like lining up to land on the runway.
Okay. A little bit lost here. Let me just try again. So my speed, when I hit 250, I should have the landing gear down, right?
250 landing gear comes down.
Okay.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
I gotta come in and land because my plane's
Okay.
about to run out of juice here. But as soon as I get on the ground, I'll go back to reviewing you. Party break. What's the break? Don't gain so much altitude.
Shit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to land and then I'll be back watching.
Okay.
If you can, look back and follow my smoke trail, Shmoby. This is kind of where you need to be. As far as like being offset from the runway.
Can't see anything right now.
That's alright.
Oh, I didn't even concentrate on that. That sucks. Why does it do that? Yeah. Shit. This is god awful. Jesus. And then I bounced anyway.
Let me check you out now. Right there.
LinJJF says Dr. Say, this game looks pretty awesome. I can see how
Was
satisfying
that
it
the
will
end
be
of
to
your
be
rollout?
once it becomes routine.
King.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That was. No, actually, when I ends at 700.
Yeah, this
And then I tried to
it's
do the
just
trim
super
thing and
hard, man.
gradually-
It's just so technical, and it's like I can't even land the damn plane properly.
Alright, get your gear up. Flaps up. I'm gonna have you both watch a video real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead and just get on the ground, or go ahead and back out, or eject. That way you can get a fresh jet, so you don't have to hear the constant beeping.
Okay. Just eject.
'Cause I'm sure that, yeah, you just eject and tab over to I promise there's a method behind all the madness that I'm teaching.
Okay.
I promise. about to dump a ton of information to y'all. I'm just gonna post it in this little group chat.
Slim JJF said, do you have a webcam?
I don't. Why?
Alright, so both of you can just get to your, both of you can just tab over to Discord real quick.
Okay. So should I leave the cursor? I mean the server?
No, stay on the server. Just, are you able to,
Ah.
like, alt-tab over
Okay.
to Discord?
Yep.
Alright, let me know when you both are here.
Here.
Okay.
Here.
So, everything that I'm teaching is getting you ready for this case, a case 1 recovery for an aircraft carrier, right? So,
Slim
for the
JJF
carrier, it starts at
said,
800
pause
feet,
that head
not
tracking
1,000.
thing I tried a while
Overland, it's
back might
1,000.
work
For the
great
carrier,
for this
it's 800.
game.
But you can see at each point,
Oh.
if you look at this picture that I posted, 800 feet. When you're, for the carrier, it's when you're a mile in front of it, but just don't worry about that. You can see speed brake as required. About halfway through this turn, you should have your landing gear and your flaps coming down. You should be at 25 knots of indicated airspeed. As you're coming along, you should be a mile to a mile and a half abeam the runway. Alright, and this last turn should be done. It's about a 30-degree bank. Halfway through this turn, you should be at 500 feet. At the end of it, you should be at about 400 feet lined up to land on the runway, right? So I'm going to go up in the air real quick. I'm going to, hopefully you guys can watch this stream. I can kind of show you what this is supposed to kind of look like here. Alright. Alright, let me know when you both are in.
Yep. Alright.
I'll check you on the plane or
In the stream and Discord.
JR
it's cool.
said, this is the prologue.
And once you, sure. Whenever I say look at this site picture, basically that means kind of memorize what you're seeing on my screen, and next time try to replicate that with yours. Is he landing? Yeah, he is. Hold on.
Tokyo Drift there or what?
No, well, yeah, don't do that either, but use their road as a runway. I'm sure this is breaking walls. Okay, gear, come on. There, alright. When that red light is done being illuminated, you know your gear's up and you can go faster than 250 knots. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm in line with this first of all. I'm going to make sure I'm at 1,000 feet by 3 miles.
It's all pixelated for me for
I'm
some
going to
reason.
pull this little red square up so you can kind of see my inputs as I'm making them.
So here's his throttle. Here's the stick. Here's the rudders. It's all pixelated for me, I mean, but I'll try my best here.
Alright, so 1,000 feet, 3 miles out. 350 knots. Alright, so this is about how far you're going to be offset of this runway. Just enough that you can look over and see it right on the railing of your canopy, right? So as soon as I see this wingtip past the edge of this runway, that's when I do my brake. So, flight idle, roll, pull. Gear, flaps. Oh, we lost someone. Alright, so I haven't trimmed yet, so I'm going to go ahead and start trimming. Got a little high there, but because I got a
See his
random
throttle?
Discord call in the middle of it.
Up and down, up and down, up and down.
So my goal is to be at 600 feet by the time that runway is behind me at a 45-degree angle. Which there I am. Start my turn. From this turn, I'm going to go from 600 to 400. And so, see how I started off at a 30-degree turn, but I overshot, so I had to correct a little bit? That's completely fine. Alright, you want to start off doing the right thing, but of course, if the right thing isn't happening, then,
Just make it the right thing.
Yeah. And you saw how I gave some stick forward there, because I didn't want my nose to come up,
Right.
but then went right back to only going left and right. So anyways, here we come on this approach. Now I'm just going to line this velocity vector up with those little white lines right there. Or on the tire marks, whichever you can see. And touchdown.
It's like you've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I can't wait for you to get these rudders too. Like these rudder pedals really help. Because one, it frees up your G limiter on your stick, and two, I don't know, it's just nice having rudder pedals and asymmetric braking. Alright, I'm gonna do it one more time for King. Are you
Slim
back, King?
JJF said they make it look so easy.
Hello? King?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Are you back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
annoying.
just switched to my phone.
Oh, he had to switch to his phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not really.
Alright.
Okay, so here he is. I'm not gonna watch the.
And I mean, you could see, like, when I initially did my break, I was a little bit sloppy. But, you know, playing catch up for, like, your next, like, where you need to be mark, you know, it doesn't get away from you. Like, I don't know, I feel like you're playing catch up if you screw up one thing, then you're playing catch up. So the sooner you can get back on track, the sooner you can, you know, get back to doing the right thing. So again, I'm going to make sure I'm at 350 knots, 1,000 feet. When I'm at 3 miles, I'll go ahead and swing around. Like I said, I was telling you to like kind of aim for this dirt road. Maybe that wasn't the right spot, but
God, it's loud.
well, hold on. See, I can already tell that I'm too close because like when I look over, I cannot see the runway off the side of my camera. So I already know what swing that I need to correct. Also, sorry, I was distracted there. Alright, so wingtip pass, ready. And if you pause when you do this roll, right, it's not so bad.
What do you mean by pause?
So you saw how when I went to do this roll, I didn't just roll and pull. I actually, when I went to roll and pull, I cut power, I paused for a second, and then pulled. That was sloppy.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
So I rolled to the left, paused, and then pulled. See how much more control you have over this, and I can quickly get that velocity vector back on the horizon, as opposed to, you know, rolling and then moving straight to the pool. Because now I've lost 200 feet.
Alright.
So, right, get back on track. Okay, wingtip passed, ready, roll. Gear, flaps. Looking at this now, I'm also going to take a gander in here. Kind of see where I'm at. Now, my plane's going to want to balloon because I'm about 200 knots, or I was at 200 knots. So as this E bracket starts to come down, I'm going to start trimming the velocity vector and adding power so I can catch it. Okay, I rolled out a little high. I'm not too worried about it. Got plenty of time to fix it. I'd rather be high than low here. So I want to make sure I'm at 600 feet when it's time for me to start this turn. This one was pretty sloppy, but I'm still staying within, you know, this little racetrack pattern, so that's really all I'm worried about. So as you're coming around here, you always want to be just eyeballing this and eyeballing what's in reality. actually moving this throttle. Like, it's a lot. It's never still.
Right.
It's always getting moved. Touchdown.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Alright. So, King, what I want you to do is just go ahead and auto start your jet. That'll take care of the that'll take care of the alignment, so you can watch me do this another time. And I'm gonna do my best to like make this look good, I guess.
Okay.
And then you can just watch me from F2 within the game.
How do you do auto start?
Windows Home.
Oh my god, that would have saved me a bunch of time.
Oh, it actually, you can, starting it manually, you can get to the point where you can start it manually in about 3 minutes. The auto start, it's one of those things where you can log into DCS, auto start it, and then walk away, get yourself a coffee, and then come back and your jet's ready.
Jeez, that'd been nice to know. Oh
I
man,
thought you knew.
I did not know that. I was spending all day yesterday crashing and having to restart the damn thing. Oh wow.
Well, you got good practice.
Yeah, I know when it started. That's for sure.
Alright, who's that on the runway right now?
No idea. But he's off the ground right now.
He'll be out of my way. Okay, let me check. Alright, the runway looks good. So I can see the whole runway just right off this canopy rail. Wing is past it.
Roll left, roll left.
Roll
Flight
out should be
control.
800 feet. So
Flight
let's see what
control.
happens. Roll out. Just 60 feet high. 100 feet high.
shit or what?
I was just screwing around while you guys are starting up.
Slim JJF said, why does it
Some
cycle to all
stuff
the
here.
different scenes?
Give you a little
That's the
flyby.
that's the
Now I gotta come
F2.
in and land because I'm at 400 pounds of fuel.
That's the F2 thing. It goes to like the different planes in the server. And I was just trying to get to him because you can see on the bottom left it says the plane and then their call sign. He comes up with the weirdest names like Hoggett's mom. so that's how I know it's him. Well, like here, I'll go to me.
That's not good.
And I'll go to me, and then you can see the bottom left of mine.
Get in there.
My
Okay.
name there. And then that's the guy that he's in lesson 1 right now. That's a computer. That's like a target so you can practice shooting planes down. These guys. It's another computer. And then here's a real person. Here's a real person. Real person. Real person.
Slim JJF said, ah.
Yeah, real person here. Big ass bird. I like that. Person. Real person.
Okay.
Back to him. Wow. I'm gonna
That
get
looks
off.
fun.
Yeah, maybe one day. I'm gonna get off here and then go to bed though. I gotta go up. Get
I
to
have
work in the
2,000 hours in the Hornet. I guarantee you about 1,800 of it is me actually doing like like legitimate stuff. Everything else is just me coming on here and screwing around. All right, there goes my plane.
All right, I'm
let's-
in the
maybe I
stream
can do
here.
this.
I'll be on tomorrow. Do some races. I actually have to get off. It's 11.